Tonight, 82 years after he was taken as a prisoner in World War II and was never seen again, his family is finally getting some closure thanks to DNA analysis. Clifford Strickland's family is here in the Valley to get a full briefing on how all of this happened. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono sat down with them to learn more about Strickland's service and what a special military agency is doing to account for thousands of others.
These pictures were taken in 1939.
Flipping through old memories,
He was an incredible man.
you wouldn't know that these relatives never got the chance to meet the man in the photos they're looking at.
He was a very important part of the family, even though he was gone.
It's their uncle and great-uncle, Clifford Strickland. In 1939, he was living in Colorado and enlisted in the United States Army.
It's amazing that you have these letters and are able to understand his personality and the way that he spoke.
Yeah, it brings him to life for us.
By 1942, Strickland was serving in the 803rd Engineers Battalion in the Philippines in the thick of World War II, when Japanese forces took over, forcing U.S. troops to surrender. Strickland and thousands of other American soldiers were taken as prisoners of war, forced to walk 60 miles in the Bataan Death March to a POW camp. Strickland survived the walk, but on July 29, 1942, he lost his life.
They never recovered.
Making his family's grief even harder to bear, Strickland's body, along with the remains of countless others, were left unidentified.
There was a hole left in their heart.
So every generation of his family since has been working to fill that void. They teamed up with the Defense POW/MIA Accounting Agency, which works to account for every missing service member and bring them home. And in December, Strickland's family got the call, decades in the making.
We're bringing him home.
Thanks to a team of experts, they researched and found his remains, which were sent to the Armed Forces DNA Identification Lab. After getting DNA samples from loved ones, they made their match.
We owe them as much dignity, honor, and respect as we can, and that's the calling that my lab does every day.
Later this summer, Strickland will be flown home to Colorado. His official escort, what would be his great-nephew, now a captain in the Air Force. He'll be buried with military honors in the same cemetery as his parents.
What would our world be like if we hadn't had these guys?
82 years later, this hero finally getting the homecoming he deserves.
That is so vitally important to remember these men that have given their lives.
And tomorrow in Scottsdale, the DPAA will hold a family member update for hundreds of people to discuss the status of their loved ones. Bianca Bono, 12 News.